Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today it's official. Sam Altman is talking to us about GPT 4.5 and GPT-5. And the good news is that when they go live, they will be 100% free, and that's really great news. So it's important to know that the landscape of artificial intelligence is really changing almost every day with the acceleration of DeepSeek and the launch of new versions with ChatGPT. And above all, OpenAI today comes from simply revealing its roadmap for GPT 4.5 and GPT-5, and it's really huge. We're going to take a detailed look in this video at what the features of this new GPT are. And you'll see that it's really impressive. And above all, Sam Altman and his team are showing us what are the new features that are going to be there. So AI is going to be really strong, very powerful with this launch. We're going to try to break this down and see all the details in this video. Before we start the video, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Fieras. I have a doctorate in artificial intelligence and I am a professor at the university. So if this is your first time watching my video, I invite you to subscribe here because I post daily training sessions, practical guides, and tutorials on the latest in artificial intelligence and digital marketing. And for those who are subscribers, I wanted to give them a little gift. It's exclusive access to my pack of 100 courses. So what do you think? In the description of this video, there's a link to my e-learning platform with a special coupon. And this will give you access to 100 courses. So there are about more than 6,000 videos in various fields: marketing, artificial intelligence. So what are you waiting for to get started? And now I wish you a great training. So we have this tweet from Sam Altman, the PTG of OpenAI. It was February 12th, 2025. There, quite simply, he wants to get a message across to say that the user experience with artificial intelligence, he wants to simplify it. That means we won't have to choose between GPT-4 4.0 or O3 Mini anymore. As you can see, the O3 Mini has just been launched, but he simply wants to create a single powerful system that brings all these technologies together into one system, which is simply GPT-5. And we also find in this article that Sam Altman says that before launching GPT-5, they will first consider launching GPT 4.5. And it's also called the Orion. So this model, in fact, will no longer use the model we call chain reasoning. Remember that before in the O3 models, O3 Mini, we always find a way where artificial intelligence breaks down the problem into several steps. Logic. Now that's no longer going to be the case. There will simply be a new system that has a deep reasoning capability. So the 4.5 model is going to be a bit of the bridge, the intermediary before the launch of GPT-5. GPT-5. There are several articles that have talked about this new feature. But mainly first, it will adapt automatically. That means when you start asking a question, you won't need to choose the exact model anymore. That means if I open, for example, ChatGPT, you'll find that I have to choose the model that works best. If I want to work with 4.0, or if I'm in coding mode needing O3, or just GPT-4. So today, GPT-5 will no longer need to make a selection. It's the one that will automatically know if you need a quick answer or a deep analysis, then there's no need to select a model anymore. And also, we have the part, in fact, what we call multimodal, meaning it works with text, images, and video, because right now each GPT is a bit behind when it comes to video generation. But this model, GPT-5, will be able to work with what we call canvases that will allow for creating visuals. And of course, the deep research function will also be integrated. This is to provide more in-depth answers. Don't forget that today the deep search option is only available for GPT Pro. But Sam Altman says that this feature will be automatically integrated into GPT-5. Also, as a feature, the main thing is personalization. That means GPT-5 can connect with your email box, with your calendar, and what it's going to do, in fact, is that it will simply be able to understand your mechanism, your need, and it will also give you the ability to adapt and better understand and know you, especially your way of communicating. So as you start asking it questions, it will adapt to your style And at some point, if you ask the same question, if you type on your screen with GPT-5 and another person, it will use a different account on another computer. The answers won't be the same. And that's a bit of the personalization that GPT-5 promises. Now we're going to move on to our article where we're going to talk on the technical side regarding the capabilities of GPT-5. So you should know that in GPT-4, there's a difference in the number of parameters, meaning we have 5 to 10 trillion parameters compared to just 1,000 for GPT-4. So really it has nothing to do with it. So here, we actually go from 1 trillions to reach 10 trillion, which means 6 times 10. And we actually have between 40 and 100 trillion tokens in training, which means it's 4 to 10 times stronger than GPT-4. This means that the training tokens for GPT to give you a response, the one that is GPT-5, has much more training, which means it's capable of understand your print and your request much better. Why? Because it has a lot more experience, let's say, to make expression easier. And we have between 250,000 to 500,000 GPUs used. That means it's an estimated cost of $2.5 billion. That's a bit about the number of processors that are deployed to run this GPT-5. And that's really huge. And that makes the system, well, a very, very powerful system. Look here, so we have a comparison with these numbers between GPT-4 and GPT-5, and it's really impressive. Because today, it's getting very, very serious. This GPT-5 in a way is the winning card from OpenAI. Normally, if this system really meets those criteria, I think at this point, DeepSeek can't compete with that kind of power. So in the meantime, of course, until then, the official launch of GPT-5, because now they're talking about a few weeks to launch it, but we'll see. In the meantime, is DeepSeek still there to add more features or to have even more powerful reasoning capabilities to really compete with GPT-5? So a question that is very, very important is why, in fact, OpenAI is now thinking about launching GPT-5. Simply put, DeepSeek, it comes in and it is establishing itself in the market. It's a real competitor and it keeps surprising us with new features almost every week. And there you go. In a way, this Chinese open source and free AI really comes in and shakes up the market. So OpenAI says, look, GPT-5 will be accessible to everyone. That's very important. That means the basic version will give you all the features. And of course, there are limits. There aren't really any limits, but let's say we set some limits to avoid abuse. But the people or subscribers who have the Plus and Pro versions will always be in subscription mode. But for those people, they will simply have a level of intelligence, let's say a bit higher, and especially, in fact, the guarantee that the server will respond to their questions, even if there's an overload. Because DeepSeek today, there comes a time when there are several people using it. Those resources, of course, are not actually available, and that causes a bit of a problem with DeepSeek. But with ChatGPT, they say that the Plus and Pro modes don't guarantee 100% availability, but we're talking about a 99.99% availability. That means there you go. Really, it's about 100 times. Maybe only once it won't work, but it guarantees you server presence and availability of 100% or 99.99% to be more precise. And there you go. So welcome to the era of GPT-5. Honestly, I'm really curious to test this new AI and I like waiting for the launch. Sam Altman says that in a few weeks he's looking forward to testing it. And please let me know in the comments if you're using the free version of ChatGPT to the Pro version. Thank you for watching this video. So if you have any questions, feel free to write to me in the comments. I'm doing my best to answer all your questions. And if you like the video and want to see the upcoming updates, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much and see you soon.